What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackers.
No one cares.
Fair point. Let's get on with the news. Okay, so here's the deal. Remember last week I made a video, if anybody was here for that, I made a video about talking about Fighters Pass 3 and the 16 placeholder dates for future characters that could come into the game. Again, placeholders do not have to always be used up to its entirety. We don't have to. Smash Bros, Sakurai, Nintendo, they don't have to use all 16. It's kind of like there is a future-proofing concept. It's like, all right, just in case we somehow go this far, it's ready to go, and we're just helping ourselves in the long run. So here's the interesting thing, right? With each version update to the game that has come out, the placeholder dates have changed numbers somehow. So red places, red, you'll see the 16 placeholder, 15, 14. You'll see red denotes how many placeholder spots are actually in the game. And then you will either see a plus or a minus next to the character's name. And that signifies, all right, so minus for Piranha Plant, it took away one of those placeholder dates. Assume, it took one of those placeholder dates or spots. So 15, 16, take away one, you're at 15. Oh, look at that. Now 15, then Joker comes in. And interestingly enough, for version 3, you had 14, but Hero came into the game, so it dropped to 13, but they added one, so it went back to 14. So they added one right there. But let's get to the interesting part here. So let's pick it up with Steve, right? Version update 8 with Steve. After he was said and done, there was 10 placeholders. All right, then Sephiroth gets added. Should drop down to 9. No, they added a placeholder spot, so it went back up to 10. All right, so after Sephiroth, we still have 10. Pyra and Mithra do take up 2 spots, and I don't mean the character select screen. I mean in the files of the game, in these placeholder spots. Each of those 2 characters take up their own spot. It's in the files of the game. I'm not making this up. Like, dataminers have found this out. This is actually information. I'm not just spewing something randomly and putting it up on bad content. Anyway, so placeholders. Got 10. So Pyra takes 1, Mithra takes 1. So take away 2 from your 10, you're down to 8. But interestingly enough, even though they have all these extra placeholder dates, they added 2 more, so we're still at 10 placeholder dates within the files of the game. Now, why are they adding? This just makes... I don't know why it doesn't make too much sense, but maybe there is a logical explanation for this. So, with 10 placeholder dates and only 2 character reveals left for Fighters Pass 2, is there the possibility that we get more than Fighters Pass 2? Now, I know what you're going to say, because I said it last week and I still stand by it. Sakurai, at the very end of the Pyra and Mithra presentation, literally said, there's only 2 spots left and 2 more chances to bring you presentations like this. Sakurai presents, right? So if there's only 2 spots left, but they're adding more placeholders, what's the logical reason for them doing that? What's the logical reason? The only thing I can think of is another type of situation like Pyra and Mithra. And I'm not saying they need to transform between them. I'm not saying that needs to be a move. But what if there is an Echo Fighter or 2 involved? What if there's a character, and there's one that comes to mind here. Master Chief. Stick with me. I know we already have a Microsoft rep in the past with Steve. Stick with me. This is just an idea. I'm trying to figure this out a little bit. I'm trying to make sense of it. So, Master Chief, for example, and there's a reason I bring him up, because there's this new glitch theory going around. Basically, Steve, Dark Pit, his own Dark Arrow, he somehow shot himself and it stuck into him. So it's a glitch. And glitch theory's been a thing. All right, if it's a glitch with something specific, then, it's gonna tend to lead to the next character, or, one of the next characters, because it's gonna be some sort of gimmick. And the reason, again, I'm bringing up Master Chief, if a projectile sticks into an opponent, the Needler. If you've played Halo, you know what this weapon is. It's iconic. It was broken at one point. Remember when you could dual wield these things? And it literally broke. What was that, Halo 2 that it broke? That was just dumb. But the Needler, what this weapon does is you fire it off, and these needles up at the top actually will stick into the opponent. And if enough stick into them, then there's like an explosion. And, you know, that could be like a cool secondary effect to the attack. But you got this projectile that would fit, in theory, to this glitch theory, I suppose. So it's interesting. Now, again, going back to the placeholders. How does Master Chief fit into these extra placeholders that we have? So again, if we're saying there's only 2 characters left, so fighter pack, 10 and 11. So that should mean 8 placeholders. How does Master Chief fit into this? Again, just stick with me. I'm just going to roll with an idea. It's just going to it might not make sense, but I hope to make it make sense. What if Master Chief, again, not saying he's going to have a transformation move like Pyro and Mithra, but what if he comes with a Pyro, or with a Steve, Alex, Enderman, and Zombie type, where he's got different alternate costumes? But what if each alternate costume was their own character? So I mean, I guess that'd be a Echo Fighter, a bunch of Echo Fighters. But stick with me. So, for example, what if you have Master Chief, then you have a Spartan, a random Spartan. You could throw an Arbiter for all I care. I'm just trying to make this make sense again. So there's 3 different ones. You could have male and female Spartan. There you go. So you got 4 different characters right there. And the way to differentiate them, like they did with Pyro and Mithra, what if you just gave them 1 or 2 different special moves, right? So Master Chief could have the Needler, as an example. The Spartan could have the carbine. Arbiter could have an assault rifle. The female one could have a plasma pistol. Whatever it is, you can have a couple different special moves to make them different. And plus, they'll have slightly different hitboxes. I'm sure one will be faster than the other, one will be more powerful, one will be slower. You get what I'm going with. It's going to be the same thing, Pyro and Mithra. They're going to have different data, and they're going to take up multiple spots. So, Master Chief, in theory, and again, please don't take this. This is not a fan theory. This is just I'm trying to figure this out theory. So Master Chief kind of fits into that. But again, you got 10 placeholders. Why did they add those placeholders? That's what I can't make sense of. And again, the only reason that I think I could make sense of it is if another character is going to come with multiple different versions of itself, but slightly different. Again, same way Pyro and Mithra did. I don't know too many characters that could really do that. Again, Master Chief came to mind. I know. Steve's in Smash. We already talked about this. We're setting that aside, using Chief as an example. I suppose Monster Hunter could fit, but isn't Monster Hunter kind of toast now due to, well, you know, the Mii costumes? Yeah, RIP. But, like, what other characters could take multiple spots? I mean, I guess, I don't know, Crash Bandicoot and Fate Crash? They could be different, I guess. I don't know, that's the only reason that I could think that they would use all these placeholders. And again, like in Smash 4, Smash Wii U 3DS, they used every single placeholder that they had. And then they even had it to add one for Corrin. So what if this is the same situation? What if way back when they first started DLC, when they put in all these placeholders, they knew that this is the amount of placeholders they were going to have, right? So, I mean, like, they've added 5 placeholders, right? They started with 16, and then you get down to 10, and they keep adding and adding. So essentially, they've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. So they've, wait, what? My math is weird on that. Basically, we started with 16, so 16 minus the 11 characters we've gotten so far, we're down to 5, but we still have 10 placeholders. They've added 5 placeholders in that whole time. Why? You still have these extra spots. I don't know. That doesn't make too much sense to me, but hey, I would love to be wrong when I say I don't think we're going to get any more extra characters. Like I said last week, you could tell me Fighters Pass 3, 4, and 5 come out tomorrow, and I can pre-order all of them. I mean, you're not going to tell me who's in it, but I will give you my money. Here, Nintendo, take it. I will continue to support Smash Bros., right? That's the argument. Smash prints money, Nintendo, in the middle of the Nintendo Switch life cycle, knowing that the next Smash game won't come out for another, 5, 6, 7 years or something like that. I mean, it would make sense business-wise to at least extend DLC another year or something. And again, some people will say Sakurai needs a break. I agree with that 100%, but I'll just throw this out there. Sakurai stated himself, creating and managing DLC it's like a vacation compared to managing a base game, a brand new game, developing that. So when you only have to do like a character, I'm not saying the work is extremely easy, but when you got a character, you know, sound, stages, music, and all that stuff, it's so much easier than the entire thing. So yes, the workload is absolutely much less than it is for the base game, but I mean, it's still work, and he's been doing this nonstop since like what, 2012, something like that, nonstop Smash development. So Nintendo, if they want money, they are his boss after all. They could say, hey, we're gonna do this again. Are you still on board? Hey, maybe Sakurai, maybe that's the end, the last character. Maybe he gets revealed at the very end of the presentation. Sakurai says, hey, I'm retiring. Here's the next guy in charge for new Smash stuff. Or I don't know, what if they do something like that? That's a possibility. So I don't know. Placeholders definitely seems strange. Why do they keep adding these new placeholders even though they already have these extra ones? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. I realized it was pretty much on this screen the whole time, so it really wasn't much to look at. I apologize, but yeah, let me know what you think. Either way, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.